Welcome back, everybody, to Maniacal Music Musings. I'm Jeremy, the rock steady host of this podcast who holds the podcast industry by the throat. I wish. I constantly ask myself, why is it every time I have to learn things the hard way, it's always after I lose my mind and go for a nighttime kill. But this story can be told another time. Though, as I'm going to lose my mind if I don't tell you about my amazing co-host. My co-host has a god complex that is yet to be matched, even though his mental state is like slipping sands in a constant spin cycle. He has a burn fetish when it comes to record stores, as he used to be half of the Rhyme Slayers, and he's a slut for the attention of an audience still. Police know he's a triple threat when they catch him: drunk, horny, and gassy. This is why he still has his freedom. CJ motherfucking playing the music god himself, everybody.
They fucked up wrist and all.
The gas got them away, dude. That's why the wrist is still good. That's why only the wrist is fucked up. But welcome back, everybody. I had fun writing that intro, and it was actually fucking hard. It was a hard one to write this week with the fucking choices. I had to be really creative. But welcome back, everybody, to another week with your musers and another 3 albums to talk about. And, of course, a guest to talk about them with. And not just any guest, a returning guest. You all know how much I love returning guests. And let's just see. A couple months ago, I put on an album called Old Dirty Bastard that popped up on my Spotify feed. And I was like, ooh. I'm like, wait a minute, I know this guy. And I'm like, oh, shit, I got to reach out to this guy. This album is fucking fire. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of Kevin King, hip-hop artist.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, brother. I'm telling you, I don't know if CJ got a chance to check it out. I sent him the link, but I don't know if he actually had a chance to check it out.
I didn't get a chance to listen. It's on my to-listen list. It's been a crazy week with everything going on,
well, like I said, I didn't think he would have a chance to listen because CJ's always a busy man. But he's got like 5. He's busy writing his own music right now, for God's sake. So he's a busy man. But I listened to it, and I listened to it again the other day when I was New York coming on this week. I'm like, ooh, I'm like, let me put it back on one more time because it's actually not that long of an album. And I was like, ooh, that's fucking still got fire to it. I'm like, all right, sweet, I'm ready for this week then. And shit, I kind of wish you brought your own album. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish you brought your own album, but I understand like a lot of artists don't want to do that. They don't like the ego-ness of that, which I get. But
well, you know what it is too. Spotify is calling it an album. It's not a fucking album. It's an EP, goddammit. And because it's a bunch of shorter tracks, they won't let me call it an EP. It's like there's a limit to how many tracks you can put on before they go, no, this is a full-fledged album, which is nonsense. Now I'm starting to think all definitions of any sort of project are nonsense, because an LP used to be anything over 30 minutes. Right? Like that was like the standard for a really long time. And now it's like, oh, anything over like 7 or 8 tracks or something, they're calling an album. It's not true.
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of figured it'd be like when I release a podcast, there's a drop down thing that I could either make it a regular episode or a bonus episode. Like I kind of figured it'd be the same thing for an album on Spotify. Like they give you a drop down, like is this an album or an EP?
Add that for me. Infuriates me.
I mean, for me, when I do my end of year list, I that's like my cutoff. If to make the list, I don't do EPs, or like conventional EPs. So my rule of thumb is if it doesn't have 7 tracks, it's an EP. Anything less than 7 is an EP, unless the exception to that rule is you have bands like Opeth, who do 5 tracks, but they're 25 minutes apiece, so it ends up being an hour and a half of music, but it's only 5 tracks. Then you can kind of whatever, but generally, like you said, 30 minutes. If it's not at least 28 to 30 minutes, then it's an EP. I mean.
I mean, a good EP to me is fucking 14 minutes. Like 3 tracks, you're done. Get in and get out. That's why I like for an EP. But
it depends, ain't no cunt, they do 26 songs and it'll only be 12 minutes. So,
Yeah.
Probably great for their replays, right? Like the metrics and stuff, how they count it in Spotify.
Yeah, they do that grindcore. They were very tongue in cheek, but a lot of their songs were just, they had a ton of songs that were 10 seconds, 14 seconds, 20 seconds long, and that's why their standard record is got like 60 songs on it, but it's still only maybe 25 or 30 minutes. But that's just kind of how they operate and whatever.
So you say this is an EP, man? When's the album coming?
We'll see, man. When there's some good budgeting that I can put behind it.
That is such that's an agent answer. That's not an artist answer.
I'm my own agent, man. You got to be your own agent at this point.
Honestly, I feel like 3 or 4 of the hip hop artists that have been in the show should like collaborate and put out like a group album. Like I feel like it'd be a fire thing. Get Anthony Lewin and actually throw your boy on there, CJ.
Oh, Dante.
Yeah, Excursion. Yeah, Excursion. Yeah, throw him on there. And then I didn't hear last week's artist album yet. I'm still behind on that. But who's Anthony's friend? I can't think of the name of. God damn it. All right, ATP. He's pretty fucking good too. I don't know. Make a maniacal music super group. That'd be awesome. But
I'm learning. I never, having never released music of my own, just working with others, I'm learning that there are a lot of costs that I didn't know about associated with releasing music. And I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody mentioned all this shit about, fucking it costs for BMI to do their shit. And then, you need the mechanical license. You got to have the fucking sound exchange shit. And then you got the back end of like DistroKid and Ditto and all of that when you release. So if you want it before a certain date, then it costs extra. If you want to be on the charts or be considered for charts, it costs extra. And I'm like, all right, look, I'm doing this shit on a budget here, man. Like, I don't have all this fucking money. Like, goddamn. and this shit, like.
And this is why so many artists never make it, because there's so much fucking red tape around it that they kind of stop anybody who wants to. Not anybody can just fucking step out and put their shit out there and actually get heard. So, because Spotify ain't advertising that shit unless you're paying them some kind of money. So, you ain't gonna be on the front page of Spotify unless you're paying them money. I mean, hell no. Or unless they know it's got someone that's gonna get listens. But, well, tell us, man, what album did you want to bring this time around? Because it ain't Kendrick, and I'm actually thankful for that. But what you want to bring?
I bought By the Throat by Eyedea and Abilities. Just for some context on this album.
Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written in my genetic code. Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written in my genetic code. Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written in my genetic code. Standing on my last limb, survived by a naked brush. This story was written. I don't want to, but if I have to, I'll make a big mistake. There's no judge or jury when you're looking adrenaline in the face. Years of refinement to make this machine. I'm gonna use it to the best of my ability. My body as my armor will protect my.
This was the last album released by Eyedea. He was well known around battle circles as like a guy who was incredible at freestyling. He ran with this label called Rhymesayers. Guys like Slug, Murs, who were actually on the album, and I think CJ chose, right? You didn't tell me who chose what album, which is kind of tricky, but I figured it out because I was listening to it and I was like, okay, I see what Jeremy chose, because this is enough like the Aquilio stuff that I'm like, I know what's happening here. But
I chose Soul Messiah. So
I don't know if you fucking sold in Madchild or Aquilio or me. I really don't know which way
you chose. I knew you chose Madchild the second I started hearing him rap. For the same reason that when I was listening to Aquilio, I was like, okay, this is in the same sonic universe. So I was like, I know this is your vibe. But Yeah, he died shortly after making this. He died of a drug overdose. He was sort of going through a lot, and hopefully some of that stuff translated in that album. When it came out, I was maybe like what 17 years old, 16 years old, maybe a little younger than that. But it was really great at that time to hear somebody who would get in depth about, themselves in a way that a lot of hip hop at the time really didn't.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I read that. When I was reading the bio, I'm like, oh, this is the last album he did. Okay, that's good to know. um, Definitely add some more
There was actually
elements.
one posthumous one, but this was the last one that was, before he was alive. There were some songs that were released later. I can't think of the title, but it was released just as an idea, not idea and abilities. The family put it out, but
Well, I'll let CJ say what he thinks of it first, because I know he knew this artist ahead of time, and since you guys picked from the same label, I'll let him go second tonight.
I was happy to see the record. I love Eyedea. I love the whole Rhymesayers label, man. I was introduced to them kind of in a weird way. I had a buddy who was really into Sage Francis, and I was listening to Sage, and one of the songs Sage had Atmosphere on it, and I looked up Atmosphere and was like, okay, these guys are really good. And that led to me finding Brother Ali, which led to me finding Eyedea and Abilities, and so down the line. Rhymesayers really doesn't have a weak act on their label, man. I mean, whether it's POS, whether it's MF Doom, whether it's Ciroc, I mean, as a label, they're probably one of, if not the strongest label there is, musically. So I was happy for this one. And it's why I chose mine, because I wanted to bring mine on for a while. I just really haven't had the right combination of stuff. And when I saw this one, I was like, there it is. That's the opening.
I swear to God, I think it's one of the few times that he's ever picked his album before I picked mine. So it was instantaneous.
I knew immediately, bro. Like, I've been waiting to bring this record, but I've just been waiting for the right record to match it with, that had that energy. And it was immediate. Like, once I saw it, I was like, that's the opening right there. So I didn't even have to think about it. I knew.
See, I got so many records like that I want to bring on, but nobody ever fucking matches my fucking energy. It's just the way it works. But my energy's darker. What can I say? So many fucking albums I want to bring on, but nobody. I gotta be careful what guests I bring them on with too, because otherwise I'm gonna get the messages like, "Can you please change this album? It talks about killing people." I've gotten that a few times, but and it's not a good message to get, because then sometimes the guest drops off completely and just goes like ghost, and I'm like, okay, whatever you want to do, buddy. But yeah, I never heard of these guys at all. Actually, of all the people you named on that label, I think MF Doom is the only one I know by name. Star Rock sounds familiar. I saw that in your album today, CJ. I'm like, I know that name. I don't know why, but I know that name. And MF Doom, I definitely freaking know. I know he's been a guest on a lot of tracks I listened to. So, but Eyedea and Abilities I never heard of. Like this was a complete like shot in the dark for me. I was just like, who? Like, who the fuck is this? And I didn't hate him. It kind of reminds me of like Linkin Park meets Beastie Boys. Like, that's kind of like the feel I get off it.
Yeah, the Mowgli Stew stuff that Beasties did after they went back to playing live instruments is this record is very much like that.
It reminds me of Hot Sauce Committee Part 2 a lot. The album I brought, like, it reminds me of that one a lot. And I hear elements of Linkin Park in there too, and I'm like, oh. And then I read the history, and I'm like, oh, so this guy's another fucking Chester. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I'm like, it all kind of lines up a little bit here, but it was definitely a fun album. I'm not gonna say it's something I I mean, there are definitely tracks I add to my list on Spotify, but I'm not gonna say it's something I wouldn't go listen to this whole album every day. Like I couldn't do that. Like, but it definitely had some elements of it I freaking loved, and the whole album was enjoyable. I don't think there was a song I didn't really like. Just I got songs I like better than others, but there's not one song on there I would say like, oh, this song's trash. Like they all were good in their own way. Just not all of them were my style exactly, but yeah, in my style is a hard thing to do. So I mean, you know that, you fucking know that, and at least you didn't bring Kendrick or some other mainstream person like that, because that's even less of a chance to hit my style than artists like these guys. So
It's funny,
but
that album is different than his other, like sonically really different than the other stuff he did with Abilities. Their other stuff is a little more sort of traditional hip hop, you know, 808s, all that sort of stuff. But his style is so unique in that the way that he writes is very, what's the word for it? It's not abstract necessarily, but it's not super grounded the way that a lot of people write, very tactile, right? Someone that is also was on Rhyme Stairs for the longest time, LP, right? He and Killer Mike sort of have that dynamic, right? Where Killer Mike is very like, you know what I mean? Like he's in your face. You hear what he's saying, and it's very tactile. Whereas like LP's a little more floaty with the way that he writes. So yeah, no, I think that's one of my favorite things about it. It's definitely not a go back and listen to this every month even kind of album. There's no hits on there, right? Like, there's a lot of great music. I don't think there's any like hits on there per se.
I mean, there should be at least a couple, I think, but there's so many there's so many rap artists out there that don't ever get known and never will be on the radio. So I mean, it's hard.
Rhyme Sayers isn't like a label that's built around hits. They're very cerebral. They're very, you know, depending on who you're listening to, there's radio friendly stuff, but it's not. You know, Murs has a lot of stuff that could be radio friendly, but Murs is kind of very diverse.
Didn't you just bring Murs on a couple months ago?
Well, I didn't bring him. I brought D1, and he did the record with D1.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I'm the Christian. I'm the rapper. He's the Christian. Yeah.
I'm the rapper. He's the Christian. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's D1.
It's the name of the album. Yeah. It was an interesting, because we had a Christian rock artist on, so we kind of did a religion-ish theme show. My album kind of made it ish, but you know, because I don't listen to no God music, but well, like I do, but you can listen to it in front of our kids, so there we will. But yeah, this album was fucking bomb, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the hell out of it. So, and it surprised me. I didn't know what to expect, and it really surprised me. I thought it was just gonna be kind of like the guy the rapper that the guy brought last week, where it's all like flowy. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like that, where it's like all flowy and new age shit. I'm like, oh god, no, not another one. But then as soon as that first song started playing, I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, this sounds like the beginning of a Linkin Park song. I'm like, this got my attention now. This got my attention. But what would you say your top tracks off the album are, Kevin?
For me, By the Throat is probably one of my favorite things I've ever listened to. The way that he sort of inverts that love is just whatever it is, I forget, it's like hope and love, and how he inverts what they actually are, right? Hope is anything more than the will to persevere, and love is anything more than dressed up fear. The way that he sort of just builds the metaphors on there is really, really cool. Smile, really, really good. I mean, it's so different from the rest of the album. It's, even though it's still heavy, it makes the album breathe a little bit in a way that it kind of needs to by that point, because he's just been kind of slamming you with like negativity for the last 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I think Hay Fever is definitely another one up there for me. That I just really Spin Cycle. Spin Cycle actually is probably my favorite as well. Burn Fetish. I'm gonna end up naming the whole fucking album. Jesus. Yeah, Burn. I'll say Burn Fetish for sure is the other one because just the way he comes in is just perfect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of things you said I agree with, and see that's kind of something similar to my album today though too, because like he'll hit you with the hard shit for a few songs, then he brings in like a nice like calm friendly song for a song, then he goes back to the mean shit. Like he has a up and down pattern from it, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Not in a few minutes. We'll get to that in a little bit. But CJ, what are your top tracks off this album?
Factory is number 5. Hay Fever is number 4. Number 3, I got Junk. Number 2 is Burn Fetish. But for me, the song that hits me the hardest on this one, and when I first heard this record, when it got to this track, everything about this track is perfect to me. And there are like 3 or 4 songs that I would love to sort of quote unquote rip off for one of my own songs. And This Story is one of those songs. The beat pattern, the lyrical bit, the way it just flows. Yeah. It's such a great song, man. When I heard it, I fell in love with that song. And it was really one of the songs that made me a fan more than I was. I'm kind of sad. This was like the last record they did. I know life happens, sadly. Sometimes the universe kicks you in the nuts. People like Eyedea and Chino XL, and your favorites kind of just disappear, and
Chester,
you're sort of just left with what they left behind, So,
fucking Chester. Now we're left with a fucking version of the band that sucks and should never have existed.
They didn't. It doesn't sound like Linkin Park as much anymore, and I hate to say that because I'm probably one of the people who would have liked the spacey, flowy guy from last week, right?
Who the fuck was that, CJ?
I don't remember his name, but it was sort of that.
Wait a minute.
That modern.
I can find that.
Like 21 Savage type.
Mick Jenkins.
Oh, I like Mick Jenkins. I can't believe you're gonna say that. Was it The Waters?
Pieces of a Man.
Pieces of a Man. I haven't heard that.
Or Pieces of a Man or Pieces of Me. What the fuck was it? Yeah, Pieces of a Man. I was right.
It has that kind of lo-fi, weird vibe that like Tyler the Creator does. And that's, I'm not a fan of the lo-fi type stuff.
I mean, I could do some Tyler,
but I'm not like a fan of it.
I can only do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I only like that type of shit when like it's like Tyler the Creator and he does like his like darker lyrics and shit. Like that's when I could do it. Like Pigs is one of my favorite freaking songs, and that's him. So, like that shit's all about fucking Charles Manson. So I fucking love that song. But
I'm a fan of the big bombastic stuff like Snow Bones, and Vinny Paz and Apathy, and Immortal Technique. I love that. Just that big, massive, symphonic type beat you over the head.
I mean, you know I am. So I mean, you already know I am. So yeah, I'm the same way. But see, fucking CJ, I thought I was gonna have like one left that nobody picked for this album, and I was gonna be like, yes, and then I was like, fuck CJ. But I got 4 off it. My number 4 was Spin Cycle. That was a fun ass song. My number 3 was By a Throat. That immediately made my list. As soon as that opened up, that sounds like fucking Linkin Park to me. I was like, oh my god. I was like, and then I heard the rest of it. I was like, yeah. Like it kind of fades away from that as it should, but it's fucking a good song. The lyrics are fucking intense. Number 2 was Burn Fetish. That beat was fucking phenomenal, and just his delivery in it. But yeah, my number 1 was This Story, motherfucker. Because it's one of the funkiest beats I ever heard in my life. So, I mean, that's such an original beat. You're never gonna hear another rap song like that. You're never going to. So, that was definitely my number 1. I tried to find a 5th one, but I just none of the other ones really grooved with me enough where I could be like, all right, I want this on my list. Like it's just like it kind of like the songs just go by and I'd be like, they're good, not great.
I can see that. One of those songs is about his dog dying, and I think it's either Hay Fever or Spin Cycle. It's the one where he goes, the fall took away my friend. It's that one in particular.
I can't.
Nuts. I don't know why this is what I remember about this. I'm just like, I was like, oh, this is a really sad song. I wonder who the woman he's talking about is. And they're like, that's his dog. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, Hay Fever is about executing. It's about not executing. Jesus, it's about euthanizing his dog.
Well, executing. Same thing.
Yeah. No, it's that song is and then when I heard that I liked the song less. It was like I've got a dog. I'm like, I gotta think about euthanizing it every fucking time I listen to this guy.
Euthanizing your dog can be sadder than losing a girlfriend. So I mean, fuck yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, some dogs, not my dog. My dog's a pain in the ass. But
the reason John Wick is the way he is, right? You know
exactly. I mean? They made 4 or 5 fucking movies off that fucking idea. So there you go. But all right, CJ, I guess it's time. What album did you want to bring?
In line with what I remember, I brought Soul Messiah, God Complex. 20.
With these old ghetto poems. I'm killing off instrumentals in my leisure. For me, it's easy to be elite. Not only do I hear it, got synesthesia, I see the beat. Let the speaker speak, I'm the syllable Machiavelli. I'm winning like the cat with the fattest belly. I don't even see the feet. Black revolution, huh? How can a master emancipate Mansa Musa up? Handsome rap executioner. Fuck these rap executives. Let's grab text and shoot them up. For the rap checks, these crackheads are half sex with Lucifer. This rap shit has been a joke. I just put it in a chokehold till it pass out. Then I mash out like the posse with cash in
24, which was not this last year, but the year before. It was my #1 hip hop record. Soul Messiah is kind of new to rhyme sayers, but he's been working with Ciroc for years. Sharecropper's Daughter, he did that. Started with Dallas Austin in Atlanta. The guys worked on 1,000 songs that you've heard. Boyz II Men, TLC, I mean, he's produced beats and shit for stuff that you don't know he did it, but he's been doing it. Then he went out on his own, did a few beat records, worked with Ciroc, worked with Brother Ali on one of his records, signed with Rhyme Sayers full time, put out God Complex, which is just top to bottom. I mean, it is a massive sounding record that sounds great, but also has a really killer message of, the concept of God, both being the body, the soul, the brain, the chakra of the brain. And the fact that Ciroc basically features heavily on it is a huge plus to me. She's one of my top 5 rappers, and I am one of them guys. When people talk about Eminem or Nas or Jay-Z, I'm like, have you heard Ciroc? Because she is just that badass. So, God Complex, Soul Messiah. That's my record this week.
What you think of Soul Messiah, Kevin, before I get into my review?
I mean, I love that album. I'm not gonna lie to you. One, my good friend and sort of fellow hip hop artist, Rome Holman, is the biggest Ciroc fan in the world. So I was already primed to like her, right? I'm like, I saw she was all over the album. I was like, oh shit. And then I saw, what was it? Slug and A$AP Rock were on the album. It was kind of cheating for me to look at the track list because I know Murs is on the album and I love Murs. It was excellent. The production was really, really good the entire way through. He found ways to highlight all the different rappers. So like for King Crooked, for example, who I love, Slaughterhouse was my like probably first real like my version of Wu-Tang at the time when I was growing up, right? Like those were the biggest, not biggest, they were all underground, but I was an underground guy. So they were like the super group. So to hear him immediately, it set me off. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Um, yeah, production was incredible. Ciroc was rapping her ass off. She's so talented, man. I love this album. I think this album's dope.
Well, this is my first time hearing this album, knowing of it even. I know some will say I never heard of them, but I I thoroughly enjoyed this album because it was that independent sound, but that bombasticness that me and CJ love in rap. So I it kind of combined both those worlds, which I love both those worlds. So it was a really cool experiment in a way. And he raps hard. I like that he raps hard. I like that he raps at you instead, just like kind of doing that laid back stoner rap where it's just like he's talking, but he's not talking to anybody. Like he's speaking to you through the fucking songs 100%, and that's awesome. I mean it was kind of hard to keep track of what the fuck song I was on a couple times because I'm like freaking listening through it, and it's just like, wait a minute, 3 songs have fucking played? Are you kidding me? It's like
it flows. It flows pretty hard.
which I mean, it almost makes me want to turn on that fucking option on Spotify to like put a break between songs. Like it almost makes me want to do that sometimes with some of these albums because it's like I don't know when they fucking end. I had to go back and like re-listen to it until I heard nothing and like, wait a minute, I remember this. Yeah, no. But it's he's good. He's good. I mean, you can tell he's a beat guy. You can 100% tell he's a beat guy, and his lyrics are great too, though. But the beats are what fucking sell it. This album, 100%. I mean, it's just an amazing sounding album all the way through. A lot of fucking tracks on it, though. A lot of fucking tracks, but he gets through them fast, which is a good thing and a bad thing in a way. But it's overall, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm not kind. You know what it kind of reminded me of, and I know people are gonna be like, "Why?" But it kind of reminded me of an album that a buddy of mine brought on the show a couple years ago. DJ Khaled's "God Did" album. It kind of reminded me of that.
You know what? I get it. It's an underground Rhymesayers version of God. That's funny as hell. Yeah, yeah, man.
Which I never have listened to DJ Khaled since then, but I mean, it's still like, not saying he's bad, but it's just not my style. But I
He
mean,
doesn't do anything. He's a curator.
well,
You can insult his musical talent. He's an Avani. He's the fucking guy that just goes around.
he's a DJ, but I mean,
he's better at collecting shoes.
yeah. But I mean, honestly, that's what this album reminded me of. It's just like a bunch of friends getting together and recording an album, like, and with the same message, basically. So, but that's what made me think of it. Right away, and I was like, and they kind of look similar too, in a way. I mean, in a way, they kind of look similar. But I enjoyed the album. It has some really good songs on it, so I enjoyed the hell out of it. And a bunch of these, even some of the ones not on my list, made it onto my likes list. So, but what are your top tracks off this, CJ?
Number 5 is Slipping Sands, which is Murs and Ciroc. Number 4 is The Hard Way, which is Shay Noor, Larry Jones, and Ciroc. Shay Noor is another name that if you don't know her or listen to her, she's from Buffalo, sort of loosely connected to Griswalda through 38 Special and whatnot. Super, super talented in her own right. Number 3 was Rhyme Slayers because they had Slug and A$AP Rock. And A$AP Rock, I love A$AP Rock. He's another one that, does not get nearly enough credit for being. He had my number 1 rap record this year, the Super It. Number 2 is God Complex with Crooked and Ciroc. I am a massive fan of the stuff that Crooked and Joel does. The Harbor record, man, I play that in my car religiously. That record is one of the hardest goddamn records, man. Like that fucking record just beats the shit out of everything. But number one, I brought him on the show. Jeremy was kind of on him. Number one is Freedom, because that's Locksmith. And Locksmith is another one. I fucking love Locksmith, man.
I knew that name. I knew that name as soon as I saw it. I'm like, I know this fucker. And
yeah, I love Locksmith, man. I love the fearlessness that Locksmith rhymes with. Like, he just doesn't give a shit what you think or what other people say. He's himself, man. Just do it all, regardless of everything. He's just going to say what he has to say. And he does it in a way that is just, so in your face. And one of the, very much like Eyedea was one of the most brutal freestyle rappers you will fucking come across, man. Like, he
loves the craft, man. He loves the craft, like, to a point where when I was young, I told you guys I'm a Slaughterhouse fan. I was the guy that was the first one in line for the Joe Budden concerts, which is a disgusting thing to say in retrospect. But, I'd be there at like 2 p.m. with my ticket, ready to stand at the very front of the stage. There's a picture of me from Love and Hip Hop where I'm like sitting there looking enthusiastic, staring at Joe Budden. That I get made fun of for every time that I talk about it. But Locksmith was actually the opener for that show. He came out and he just rapped with no beat. So he was doing basically spoken word. And the way that you hear him put his words together, he's so freaking in love with actually writing and with delivering lyrics in a way that many, most artists really aren't. It's less about vibe curation for him. He's like, he has some shit to say. He's going to say it to you.
I wasn't that hard on Locksmith. I said he had good lyrics, but
yeah, you were 70%, 75%.
I liked him more than a lot of the other shit you brought since then. But he was he did some Foxholes was a decent album. But what are your top songs off of Soul Messiah's album there, Kevin?
Yeah, it's funny. I had when I first was listening to the album, I had it in the background. Like my phone was on the side, so I was listening to Say Rock rap her ass off. And then I look at my phone and it's a Talk to Me Nice. I was like, oh, that's definitely going in my top 5. Shit's not on the album. Spotify would keep playing the songs. I wish that was on there. Anyway, The Light, for sure. It's a great outro for the album. I think Sayrock was incredible in her performance there. Again, the way she puts together her words it's worth listening to, multiple times. King Crooked's feature on God Complex was great. That guy can fucking rap. What else did I have? I had Rhyme Slayers as well. Those are some of my favorite personalities. I went through a huge atmosphere phase as a kid, as a teenager. So hearing him, do his thing, and even now he's still making good music. It was great. That's 3. So 2, I had Rocksteady. She just floats over that fucking beat. Sayrock is talented, man. She's really, really good at what she does. And my first one, I think I had Sunday School. I think that change up in the voice with Planet Asia on there, the way that he was rapping really adds contrast, and it was dope. It was great rap, great album.
Oh, I did have an honorable mention for this album. Freedom was my honorable mention. That's a damn good track because it had Locksmith on it. Like I recognized Locksmith immediately, and I heard that voice, and I was like, "Oh shit, all right." And Freedom's a good song. Number 5 was Slippin' Sands. That's a really great song lyrically as well. Number 4 is Rhyme Slayers because that shit hit hard. And I was like, "Ooh, that's reminiscent of a lot of fucking groups I like." So, number 3 was The Hard Way. That's a fun fucking track. And then number 2 was Rocksteady, but because it sounds like a Motown song, it has like a beat that makes it sound almost like a Motown song from the 70s. So I enjoyed the shit out of that when I heard that. I'm like, oh fuck, I love Motown. I was like, fuck yeah. And God Complex is the number 1 because that song just is a banger. That's a banger of a song. And if you ask my wife, she might say I have a God complex of a sort. So, it kind of hit close to home. But yeah, the whole album was pretty impressive. I mean, a lot of these tracks I'll be listening to again when they pop up, and I'll be probably hearing things I didn't hear the first time. But overall it was a good album. It ran together so much I had a fucking hard time distinguishing like which song was which for a while. Like I had to keep going back and like fucking re-listening shit. It kept pissing me off. I'm like I want to be done with this album so I can get to the last one already. But yeah, it was a good album. It really was. I wouldn't say it's as good as the album we're about to talk about, but that's my personal opinion. Because I struggled like a motherfucker for this to figure out what to bring. Because I believe your album came out in 2009, Kevin, that you brought.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that's an amazing year for rap music I like. And as I'm going through the list, I'm like, fuck, it is a good year for rap music I like.
You know, we're going to try to kill us with a record that had 40 songs on it.
Nah, I'm like that was even like that was like a fucking 10th choice. Like I'm like shit. I brought like 6 rap albums from 2009 already on this show. I'm like god damn. I'm like I already brought ICP. I already brought Twisted. I already brought I already brought La Coca Nostra's album from 2009. I'm like I brought everybody I fucking love from 2009 already. God damn it. So I'm just trying to I'm looking through other artists, just thinking like who the fuck can I bring? Who the fuck can I bring? And I even looked at Aquelio real fast, but I'm like, I already brought other albums I like. There's only 2 left, and I really am not a fan of either. But I'm like, fuck, who the hell do I bring? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm like, I almost brought a Cottonmouth King album because that's one of the few albums from that year I liked that I didn't bring. But then CJ is like, there's 40 tracks in this. I'm like,
I wasn't against it. Like, I love Cottonmouth Kings. I love that record. But I was like,
I was not.
Got like 40 songs on it, right?
That would be half my fucking workday. I would lose my job trying to get through that in a workday. So yeah, no.
I love the 420 reference because that's my birthday, So I wasn't against it, other than the fact that it was like you do know this is like.
And with a 40 tracks, fuck a top 5, it would have been a top 20. Who are you kidding? But it would have been insane. It would have been the longest episode we ever did, probably. But. So I'm like, all right, who do I bring? I'm like, I'm running out of fucking ideas here. I'm like, Hobson didn't come out with anything that year. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck to bring. And I'm like, just thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I want to bring this album on for a while, and I haven't actually brought like a full Madchild album on the show yet. I'm like, I brought a couple Swollen Members albums, and I've brought a couple. I did 2 EPs on one episode because it was the EP episode we did. And I'm like, I have not brought one of his full albums on yet. And I'm like, you know what? I fucking love this album. I gotta bring it on because this album is just banger after banger. And I'm like, the album that got me into Madchild. It came out a few years later than your album did, but I'm like, fuck it. I make my own rules with the fucking year thing. It's not like I fucking follow anything, so I could break it. So I decided to bring Madchild Silver Tongue Devil, which is literally
engagement. Cultivating how I'm gonna stab her and then cut her up. Slit her throat and rip her fucking tongue out. That'll shut her up. Used to call her Bunny days where Sunny was my buttercup. Now she's just another slut, gobbling up some other nuts. Taking pics on Instagram, showing off her bubble butt.
You like my hair? Keep waiting till it grows.
I used to love this slut.
Fuck you and your mother slut. Fuck your dad and dogs and sister. And if you got a brother, I'ma fuck your little brother up. It was my fault. I almost caught some feelings, so I just sat at home until the pain has started healing. Now I'm strong again. Emotions I am not revealing. Now bitches suck my cock.
The album that really broke him as a solo artist. It's what really made him stand out to everybody and not just be part of Swollen Members, because he was just the cute white guy from Swollen Members for a lot of people for a long time. Silver Tongue Devil is what kind of set him apart from Prevail and Rob the Viking and made him his own thing.
Which the record he got sober on.
Well, that too. That was a huge part of it too. But I mean,
the first record that he was actually, somewhat conscious of what he was doing, not just blown out of his fucking mind.
But I also like fucked up. Same as my view of Eminem. I like fucked up versions of both of them. So I don't like sober Eminem. I think he's horrible. I like fucking fucked out of his mind Eminem. So,
but he's still addicted. It's just to rapping now. He's just
I don't like any version of Eminem. So,
nah, give me the hardcore fucking on drugs Eminem. I'm down with that shit every day of the week. Don't give me the fucking I'm sober now shit. But, fucking Madchild Silver Tongue Devil is one of the best albums I've ever heard for rap. And Madchild is literally in the top white rappers list for me, he's in the top like 3. He has such an amazing flow to him and such lyric capacity when when he raps, it's beyond belief. And whether he's a feature or whether he's the artist, it's always fucking phenomenal. He never lets you down. If I see him on anybody's album, I'm just like, oh shit, Madchild, I gotta listen to this. Because it's just one of those artists. He really is. But you said something in the beginning of the show about it, Kevin. I'm dying to hear what you actually thought of Madchild, because I doubt this is the first time you listened to him.
I fucking hated this album. This album was so bad. Yeah, and it has entirely to do with him. It's the beats were good. Like the production on it is really, really good. It's interesting, right? Like throughout, so it keeps your ear. But when he starts, his voice is so fucking annoying. He gets on there and he just starts fucking rapping like this. And then like it's irritating because there's times where you hear what he's saying, his punchlines are like interesting and they're cool and they're witty, they're cute. You're like, all right, cool. But then like the way he delivers and the way that he raps, just his vocal, I want to say his vocal chain, right? The way that he gets mixed into the beat. This is not a political statement necessarily. That's Republican rap, man. That's the Tom McDonald brand of like.
It's funny because he did a record with Tom McDonald.
Yeah,
that's insane.
He's done a couple now, hasn't he?
Huh?
Has he done a couple records with Tom McDonald now?
No, he did the one. Well, he's done multiple songs, but they did the one together.
And
they did a record together.
Isn't it called Neighbors? Is it Neighbors or something like that?
It's give me a minute. It's I can't think of the name of it.
And it's funny you think it's Republican rap because he was literally kicked out of the United States at one point.
He's a Canadian Republican, man.
I get it.
Tom McDonald is a Canadian Republican. What are we talking about?
He did Killing the Neighbors. That was the name of it.
Yeah.
And then he did he did 2 of them with Adam Calhoun, 2 of them with Nova, which is so.
Yeah,
The one thing I'll say about Tom, whether you agree or disagree with his political view, the one thing I will say is you got to kind of look at him in a different space as far as he's one of the few hip-hop artists that is selling physical copies, massive amounts of physical copies. So you may not agree with his political views or what he's saying or the way he's going about it, but you have to look at his business model in and of itself because
it works.
It
works.
He's making money hand over fucking fist. So again, you don't have to agree with the dude, and I'm not saying that at all. Just look, whether you like them or not, if their business model is working as an independent artist, and you're an independent artist, you need to be looking at what part of that you can incorporate into you to, up your game as on the financial side.
And to be clear, when I say Republican rap, I'm not even necessarily talking about anybody's political views. I'm solely talking about that's the style of the people that like Tom McDonald, they'll love this, right? It's sort of like the natural. This is why I knew it was your album, Jeremy, because it's like the extension of the Aquilio thing, right? Where it's like these very technical guys. So I see like the craftsmanship of it for sure, but there's not as much artistic merit to what he's doing. It's like a guy who like is really good on the electric guitar, but doesn't really have a lot of emotion when he plays. You know what I mean? Like the way that he composes. And there's times there where he's getting into his head and you can hear him sort of start to formulate like he knows a little bit about himself. But then you have like that Slut song. That's not listenable, man. That's not a listenable. It's not even the misogyny. To be clear,
100% disagree. I 100% disagree.
Let me just say before we go into it, I want to be clear. It's not a content thing. one of my favorite Eminem songs is Kim, right? Dance with the Devil by Immortal Technique is one of my favorite things. I kind of troll people with it, but I love the song, right? It's not a content thing. It's not, oh, he's misogynistic. The song is just not good.
I disagree. I disagree, but we'll get into it. But I think it's one of the most realistic, true songs I've ever heard.
Okay, tell me more. I need to hear more of that.
I mean, well, okay. First things first, you gotta understand, it's a sequel to a song you did before called "Dickhead." Because that beat you hear in the beginning, say I'm a dickhead. That's from a whole song he did called "Dickhead." That was like what his first like big solo song was "Dickhead." Uh, do anything just to get head. Like fucking, I love that song. That song's amazing too. But it's catchy and rhyming. Uh, but slut. Yeah, it's misogynistic. Obviously, it's a fucking rap song. What do you want? That's what allowed them more back then. But it's the second half of that song about like, oh, every girl's a model, like, and they have getting faked out by a guy who says he's a photographer. Like that is one of the most realistic scenarios in the 2000s for young girls. Like to get tricked out, even in the 90s and 80s, to get tricked by guys who said they were photographers looking for models. Like that's one of the biggest fucking plays in the 80s to 2000s before people had the internet.
In his music, because even when on the Swollen Members record on the Bollywood song and the other one about dating a stripper, you know, he says the same thing.
Last night I left the club with a strip.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. I love that song. Like it's Swollen Members is fucking one of the best rap groups ever. Like I don't care what anyone says. Like, have you listened to Swollen Members, Kevin?
Well, no. If it's this, I don't think I'll.
It's not this though. It's not this. Him and Prevail on top of Rob the Vikings beats are fucking one of the most known fucking Canadian rap groups of all time. Like they were signed to Cottonmouth Kings label for years. Like they're huge. Like Swollen Members used to like fucking be at Rock the Bells and shit. Like they used to do that's where my brother saw them, is because he saw them when he went to see Jedi Mind Tricks. Like they were one of the opening acts.
They were opening for Jedi Mind Tricks?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like tonal whiplash to you?
No.
Like, I'm coming on her face. Every young girl's a slut. And then like Jedi Mind Tricks comes out?
Well,
it's not.
Swollen Members didn't do 100% songs like that.
Okay.
Swollen Members had like fucking Snoop Dogg and shit like that guessing on their tracks and shit too. Like they were huge. They were huge back in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were huge. Then Madchild got on the fucking pills and they broke up because he was out of control.
He was on the pills the entire time, bro. That was
yeah. He was. You could
control him is what it was. Rob was his fucking handler, and Rob just gave up fucking trying to control him, you know, to the point where he couldn't even get in the fucking country because of his association with the Hells Angels, you know. Yep.
So, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. One of his EPs is called "Banned from America." So
yeah,
it's
weird when he moved to LA. It was kind of like, wait, how the fuck did he get to move to LA? They wouldn't even let him in the fucking country to tour at one point, like because he was associated with the Hells Angels and all this fucking other shit, you know. Like
they have an insane story. Honestly, it should be a movie one day. It really should. But they came up like in the 90s as huge. Like, and a lot of girls thought Madchild was one of the hottest rappers out there for a while. Like back when he had hair and was cute. Like everybody thought he was my Jamie fucking loved him. Like she used to tell me like she had such a crush on him when she was in high school and shit. So like it's one of those things. But Madchild's huge. Like he's in the rap world. Like there's very few people who don't know his name. Like he's been on so many different artist tracks and shit. Like, and his talent, like his talent for fucking his flow is fucking well known. And everybody.
Enemies,
well, who doesn't? What rapper doesn't have enemies? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure Eminem and him made each other. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he literally does a whole song where he's like talks about him popping more pills than Slim Shady, and he says it like 5,000 times. Like that's when he was on pills the heaviest, is that fucking EP where he did that song. But you could tell he's just fucking out of his mind recording that shit. But yeah, I mean, I fucking love Madchild. Like, I think he's one of the most lyrical rappers I ever heard, and he's got one of the best flows I ever heard for a rapper.
He's, I don't know, man. Like,
And
it's the opposite of why you didn't like Mick Jenkins, I think. I think they're two polar opposites in what you would look for in hip hop, right? Whereas like Mick Jenkins is very spacey. He's also very lyrical, right?
Madchild, yeah, he did.
He has some good lyrics. He also is not, he's getting juvenile when he wants to. Sometimes it's not like there's some artists where you can tell their brain doesn't really go past the first or second year, right? You can tell he thinks about these things. He had a line that he set up and like it took him like 3 lines to get there, and I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. But it just was. I like the Aquelio album better because of the fact that those guys had their personality in a way that was like interesting and engaging to listen to, even though sometimes they would get a little annoying. He's just kind of annoying. I don't know how to explain it.
If you go to his newer shit that came out like in the last 5 years, like he did a 2 albums in a row, Shane and Shane 2, and like those are the albums where I say he matured. Like that's where he fully matured. He's getting older now. Like he's got to be in his late 40s, maybe early 50s now. I would say, CJ, right?
He's in his middle 40s.
Yeah, middle 40s. All right. He looks old as shit because of all the drugs, but he's matured now. Like those albums are very like introspective and like very about him. Like they're about like him looking back at all the stupid shit he did and like him realizing like I had to grow the fuck up. Like Shane and Shane 2 are two complete. I didn't like them at first. Even like I didn't like them. That should tell you something. I didn't like them at first. Like it took me a while to get used to them and get used to the style on them. And I was like, all right, I kind of get this now. I still don't like them fully. I mean, they're still not the best albums, but there's tracks in there that you're kind of like, damn, he really is looking back at his life and kind of like seeing things in retrospect now of how he was. Because I mean, I'm sure he sees all the time on like reels and shit, like the videos of him back in the old days where he was just like wilding out at shit at parties and shit. Like because they exist, they're out there. I've seen them, but. So I mean, he went through the whole process, like a lot of artists. He went through the whole young, got famous, got on drugs, and sobered up and tried being the same him, but it didn't work. So he went to be more serious. So I mean, I think you'd like his newer shit. His newer shit is a lot, at least to me, it's a lot more mature. I mean, am I wrong in that, CJ?
No, I mean, he says on the newer stuff on the Shane shit that he looked back and didn't want to die. So that's why he changed, but I get everything he's saying. I like Madchild mainly because Madchild is one of them rappers I can listen to. I don't have to take him seriously. It's just kind of, like if I just want to be juvenile, if I just want to be misogynistic, kind of, I can listen to Too Short, or I can listen to like Madchild, or I can listen to like the old AMG record. Shit like that, But Madchild very much to me is in that same kind of category as like what Kendrick is. Lyrically, they can say stuff. I have mad respect for Kendrick, but Kendrick has got that one of them voices like Lil Wayne that after about 15 minutes, I just got to turn it off. I don't like his voice. That nasally sound that he has is just fucking annoying to me. And Madchild kind of same way. After 20, 30 minutes, I'm kind of like, okay, kind of over it. So Madchild I listen to more for songs as opposed to records. But I do like Madchild. I like the Soul and Member stuff better.
But that I was just gonna say maybe yeah, exactly. You made me think of it.
But
you made me think of it. Like here, him and Soul Members is better because you get a break from Madchild when Prevail comes on, and then like when it gets back to Madchild, like you're like, oh, he's back, cool. Like it's not like
The
you get like
production is better. Rob's production is just better.
oh god, yeah. I mean,
you know, like
Armed-
Rob is a really good producer. So
Armed and Dangerous is the best album Swole members ever did, in my opinion, and it is just such a good produced, a well done produced album. Like Armed and Dangerous is such a good album. So many bangers on it.
Canada has some incredible rappers that you never see their names, you never get credit. You know, you have Classified is one. You know, is another.
Classified's incredible.
Yeah, if you don't know Classified, the way he rhymes over these fucking beats, man, they're so floaty and he's just so fucking good, dude. Mercules is getting a lot of attention now.
Which
what was the other group I used to listen to a ton?
I know Canadian rappers. Oh, don't forget J Rock. Don't forget J Rock.
You know, there's a lot of great Canadian acts that deserve a lot more attention than they get. So
I had to bring up the fucking Trailer Park Boys reference, but fucking J Rock.
Yeah.
But
Classified is the main one though. Like I'm a massive fan of Classified. You know, and most people when you mention his name, they're just like, "Who?" I'm like, dude, you're missing out. Like he's that dude. Like,
I mean, I don't know. Madchild to me, like he came up right at the right time with a lot of rappers that became huge, and they all knew him and put him on tracks. And I mean, Swole members for a long time was a huge headliner for a lot of concerts and tours. Like they were huge. And Madchild, he tapped into the Juggalo community, and that's also why he got big. Is he tapped into the Juggalo community, and he even says it in one of the songs of this album. He's like, "I'm just a Juggalo." Like he straight up will say it because he rolled at the Gathering for a few years when he first became solo. Like he would be at the Gathering every year doing his set, and he goes all the time on different hardcore artists like records. Him and Slane do shit together. I mean, Slane's fucking pretty big now.
The thing with Madchild is when Madchild hits, he hits, but when he misses, he misses.
Oh,
like,
I mean, yeah,
they're I mean, there's no middle ground with Madchild. He's either really on or really off.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a song on his Switched On EP called Iran. I can't fucking stand it. Like it starts off funny because it's like it starts off with him just saying like well not even him like just like a sample of somebody saying, "You ever see a man give a mule a blowjob?" And then it goes into like one of the worst beats I ever heard in my life. So it's just like Madchild. I'm not gonna say Madchild is one of the greatest rappers ever because he's not. Like it's just he has a lot of misses, but when he's on, like on some of the songs of this fucking album, he's fucking on. Like it's just fucking phenomenal, and he's great with collaboration. So when he's with another artist, it's always amazing. But I only had one honorable mention for him because I was trying not to go crazy with this because I could have won a lot more, but I was like, I'm gonna try to keep to like one honorable mention to be cool with it. But Nighttime Kill is my honorable mention because the beat's fucking incredible on it. I don't know who did the beats on this album. I really don't. It could have been different people. It could have been him. I don't know. But
I can't think of the name of the guy who does his production.
But number 5 was Lose My Mind because the lyrics in that song are fucking phenomenal. I'm gonna be cool forever like Christopher Walken. Like I love that line because Christopher Walken is cool forever. But number 4 for me was Every Time because that's one of the songs I was talking about earlier when we were talking about like CJ's album because like that's one of those good feeling songs he does. Because for me to win, I had to kill the monster on the other side. Like that's Madchild. Like that's when you see Madchild like becoming like recognizing what he did, recognizing like that he needed to stop. Number 3 was Mental, which I mean it's one of the multiple tracks in this that Demrick's on, but the flow and lyrics on Mental are incredible, and Demrick's verse is fucking incredible in that song. I love Demrick; he's a good rapper. Number 2 was Triple Threat, another Demrick song, but it also had Slane on it, which whenever Madchild and Slane do shit together, it's always fucking amazing. And I love Demrick's line in that song, swinging my dick like Jim Duggan with his hacksaw. Like, that line always makes me laugh my ass off, especially when they do like the fucking, oh, like at the end of it. Fucking, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, classic days. But and
Finally.
you're gonna hate me for this, but Slut is my number one because it's oh shit. Yeah, there you go.
Finally sent me the smart links and shit. I can start posting it.
But yes, I mean Slut's my favorite song because that's the reason that I got into Madchild so much was that song because it literally is one of the it came up on like a YouTube on like a playlist like randomly when I was at work one day and I like it just popped on and I was like oh I know Madchild. I'm like he did his own shit and then like because this is the same year this album came out and it was Slut and I was like and I heard like the Dickhead thing and I'm like oh that's a nice beat and then I'm like and all of a sudden it switched and he started rapping. I'm like, you know, this song is fucking so realistic, so true, especially for like 2015. It's like such a realistic song. Because you know how many stories did you hear in the 2000s about girls going to the mall and like they even did like all the fucking teenage sitcoms and shit, or like oh this guy at the mall says yeah I could be a model. I just have to go to his house and give him money and take pictures. Like it's one of the biggest scams of the fucking 2000s. So, I mean, Madchild is just speaking reality. And whether it's misogynistic or not, I don't think it is. I think he's just speaking about shit that really happened. And maybe think about how gullible girls can be when they want to have a chance to make it big, but who hasn't done that in rap? Like every rapper hits on that at some point. So, I mean, I fucking love Slut. It's another podcast I worked with for a long time. Like I put this song on a playlist for like 2000s like pick your music bracket we were doing, and this became one of his favorite songs. Like it's just he said it's like he says everything I say. It's like it's a realistic song and it's fucking hilarious. But if you listen to Dickhead, like Dickhead, you have to listen to Dickhead first, which I showed him that he's like, you're right. He's like, this is a fucking story, and Dickhead actually opens it up because it talks about like a girl he was obsessed with when he was a teenager. Like he even like threw a rock through her window, and like he's like that glass cost me $700, man. Fuck, man, I was 11, $700. Like it's like fucking, it's like he has good stories. Like Madchild has really good stories in his music, and that's part of the reason I love him. So, but what were do you have any top songs from this, Kevin, or not?
Yeah. I still was able to find the top five. Um, I think for me, I had the Jackal up there. Just some of the technical stuff that he was doing there. No, what was it? Even the Twisted Sister, right? What is it? Twisted Sister, 11 on the Richter, Sicko, I'm a triple twister. Like the way that he is doing internal rhyming on there is really fun to listen to. Even if I don't always love the punchlines themselves, but there was one that was like lyrics keep circling your head like Bose surround sound. I thought that was cool. Like it's just little stuff where it's like, oh, that's clever. So that was my number five. I had what else did I have up there? Nighttime Kill. I also had on there. I wasn't the biggest fan of that hook because of what is it? Blood runs red when I drink black whiskey. There's no such thing as black whiskey. There's no fucking black whiskey. It's brown. Anyway,
That's
like
not that's not necessarily true though. There are darker ones that look black, but
all the way there. I get it. I'm just I enjoyed his rhyming style on that as well. That's mostly what I think I liked from him in terms of like the album was when he would get into either multis, so like he'd do like multi-syllable rhymes, or he would do a lot of internal rhyming at one time. Electricity, I think, was pretty good. Where he just kind of like got realistic for a minute, which was nice. I felt more grounded, which I always enjoy. And then I had, was it Zero? Yeah, there was a line in there that verse where he opens up 2,000 shows and I still belong to no one. I'm a Ronin with the samurai sword, a lone shogun. That I thought was really cool. That like rhyme pattern that he went with there. And my top song was it 57? Yeah, I thought that was cool. Just again, the way that he puts words together in some of these. Like you can tell he's so talented. It's just sometimes the stuff he's choosing to do, I'm like, this isn't for me. And it's a stylistic thing. I don't think that he's bad by any means, to be clear.
Oh, I mean, no, he's been known for 25 years, for God's sake. I don't think anyone will ever accuse him of being bad. And I mean, a lot of people would put him in their top like actual rappers, of white rappers at least. I mean, he's not compared to a lot of the other rappers, but for white rappers, he's always in the top of the list. But I mean, and the shit he's done with ICP is fucking amazing. I will say that too. The shit he's done with ICP is amazing. But CJ, what are your top tracks?
I have 4 main ones. Number 4 is Murder Mouth. 4 is Untold Stories. Number 2 is Every Time. But the one that hits me, I love the beat of it, and I love the kind of delivery he has. I like Jackal. Jackal is one of them songs that it kind of hits a little bit different than the rest of the stuff.
Okay, now I gotta hear the fucking opening of that. So I'm trying to hear it in my head, and like I can't hear it. Oh yeah. As soon as I hear that fucking piano key hit, I'm like, oh, Jackal. Yeah, okay.
See, and that's another thing I'm a huge fan of. I love beats that have that sort of rolling piano, that big, overpowering piano beat. It's one of the reasons I'm like a huge fan of like Snow Goons and like Signature and people like that. Kato, people like that, because they're very recognizable for the way they use piano and whatnot. So,
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe honestly I didn't bring the right album for him, like to really like throw him off to you, because I mean, it kind of was like a transition down from him being his original self to him being his new self after he got sober. So I mean, maybe it wasn't the right album to 100% bring. Actually, yeah, maybe I should have brought The Darkest Hour. That was a really good album too. So maybe I should have brought that. But it's and Evidence is on like a lot of those songs for that one. Maybe I should have brought The Darkest Hour. But yeah, I mean, if you never listen to Swole Members, honestly, go listen to Swole Members, because they were huge. I mean, a lot of comic book references, pop culture references in their music. Like that's what made them big. Was they call themselves like Silver Surfer and Spider-Man. Like that's how much of nerds they were. So it's pretty. I always enjoyed Swole Members a lot more than just Madchild solo. I mean, the shit that Prevail's doing now with Rob the Viking is like, ugh. I don't know if you heard it yet, CJ, but like XL the Opus or whatever it's called, like it's fucking hard. They sound like a fucking They sound like a wannabe Glee group now, and it's fucking horrible. But
I think that fucking other Canadian group that
I feel like there's Canadian rappers I know about too. Like I can't think of that I fucking love. But I don't know. I mean, Madchild he always blew me away, and his music videos are fun. That's the other thing too that always got me doing. Like his music videos, like because I used to listen to music on YouTube playlists back then, and like I would see his music videos, I'd be like, this is fucking entertaining as shit. Like Dungeon.
Union, that was who I was thinking of. Sweatshop Union.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's not the one I think I was thinking of, but I know them. But yeah, like he's a music video for his song he did called Dungeon Dragon, and it's the funniest fucking song in the world, because it's literally like the chorus is him being like, "Rawr, rawr, I'm a dungeon dragon," like, and he's actually like roaring in it. But the video is like half animation, like Looney Tunes animation and shit, and like him rapping, and it's fucking phenomenally put together. And plus, he's another one where his girlfriend at the time was like stripping the video, and it's fucking his girlfriend at the time was hot as shit. So
I say Sweatshop Union is actually signed to Battle Axe Records.
Oh, so, well, that's Madchild's records.
How I discovered them.
Yeah, Battle Axe Records. That's Madchild. So that was
it's Rob the Vikings label.
Oh yeah, because he's not on Battle Axe anymore. But yeah, Rob the Vikings beats are always fucking so good, so good. But well, folks, we brought you 3 albums as promised. What's coming next week? I have no fucking clue, because I need to wait for it to get paid to fucking get back on Podmatch and find what the person's bringing. But I'll know tomorrow night, so we'll figure it out. But I mean, fuck, we brought you 3 good rap albums, so you can't complain. And we're hoping next week is not rap, because we've been doing a lot of rap recently, and we need to get back to the rock. We can't win. It's never back and forth anymore. It's always you get stuck on one genre for like a month. It's like I don't know how much more hip hop I could take at this point. But I get the same way with metal too. After a while, it's just like I'm so metalled out. we want to thank Kevin for coming on because it was a fun fucking show as always. And next time I see some of yours pop up, I'll have to fucking hit you up again because I follow you on Spotify, so I get that little notification every time you release something new. So
thank you again for having me, man. Next time I'll bring a jazz album on.
Hey, I do jazz. I got no problem with that. So we do jazz well in this show, actually. It's usually jazz fusion mixed with something else, but we do jazz okay.
I do everything, so
yeah, he's a music god for a reason.
I got a whole list of shit.
And my list is ever growing as I probably get through my Spotify artist I want to listen to list. But Kevin, where can they find you? Where can they find your music?
You can find me on any platform on social media. It's Kevin King 922. You can find my music under Kevin King. You can find me on Rap Genius under Kevin King in parentheses rapper for some reason. It turns out my name is pretty common these days. So yeah, you can find me anywhere again at Kevin King 922 on socials and Kevin King on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever it is. Old Dirty Bastard is the name of the EP if you guys want to check that out.
And I highly recommend checking that out. It blew me away. I mean, when I guess in the show that are artists, actually, I never know what to expect when they put out new music. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, this last album was phenomenal. Then they put out a new one. I'm like, what are you doing? And then, but Kevin didn't disappoint me. His original stuff I heard did disappoint me, and this didn't disappoint me. So he keeps impressing me with his shit. So go listen to Old Dirty Bastard. Damn good EP. CJ, where can they
this weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely give it a listen. And CJ, where can they find you?
Website is musicgod.cjplaying.rocks. We're still working on updating it with all the new links, including my first official song Friday, X Marks the Spot. It's a Gen X anthem referencing all the cool shit from the 80s, 70s. You know, if you're a Gen X, you'll understand. The actual record, full-length record, April 20th is we're dropping it. That's my birthday. That's Neon Exodus. It's a synthwave concept record about a burning Earth escaping into outer space. Story of survival, story of love, all of that cool shit. If you're into like Cell Dweller, Scandroid, the Midnight, that kind of shit, it'll be a whole record of that. Other than that, just look up my name. You find me everywhere. Fachi Book, TikTok, all them fun places. Podcasts. We're going to be bringing the podcast back. We're going to be doing Loud List again real soon. Mosh Pit Manifesto. We're going to start doing the videos for those. And I think I covered everything. Book eventually once I figure out how to end the damn story.
One project at a time, TJ. But
I've got the first record ready to release, and I've already got the second record written, ready to go. It's a fucking ska punk record. So I'm just going to jump all over the map. You know, I do everything. So we're going to do hip hop. We're going to do pop punk. We're going to do synthwave. We're going to do country.
Yep. All over the map.
You never know. That song that's coming out Friday is hair metal. So,
Isn't that the one you sent me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's hair metal. I would say it's kind of like ska. Oh no, that's a different song you sent me.
No, that's the second record. That's the
okay, yeah.
Jesus loves you, but everyone else thinks you're an asshole. That's the ska punk song.
That's a good fucking
spot. Is sort of a Steel Panther type.
Yeah. You sent me two songs like in the same days. So I was like I'm getting confused here, but folks, you can find out both your musers on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, on the Gram and X as at Juggalo Bastard, and on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings if YouTube was back up, because right now it's down. But you can find us there as Maniacal Music Musings. Everything we ever done is there. Come back next week and see what's coming up. Have a good one, everybody.
I try to let go this is where I stand. There's dirt on my heels, blood stains on my hands. I try to let go, but this is where I stand. There's dirt on my heels, blood stains on my hands. My course load is King Corso. I bite torso, embrace the hate. I got problems with my ortho. Sword flow, money where my mouth is. I play sorrow snakes to me or Ouroboros. Suckers stay static, suspending disbelief. I see panic in they face, we're facing off with me. Kevin Voorhees, I'm baptized at Crystal Lake. See that slow walk right in time to see your fate. Cut to the chase, you tripping when you think I ain't catching up. But killer's tendencies to stand on acting tough. Call his bluff, confession of cowardice when he spill his guts. Is it me or is it God that he trusts? I turned your homeboy into a loot crate. Money ain't a problem, he died with a blue face. At the funeral, I come through to hug his moms. I just saw him, I can't believe that he's gone. I try to let go, but this is where I stand. There's dirt on my heels, blood stains on my hands. I try to let go, but this is where I stand. There's dirt on my heels, blood stains on my hands. You a bitch, simple and plain. Let go of something, make you think you got caught in the rain. Two options, both ending the same. Is you Kurt Cobain or is you John McClane? Play hero, meet your doom on the spot. This thing fantastic for making your body rock. His sidekick X-Men hit the grave in his jeans. Your team Avengers, they cross over for free. Victor Vaughn off the stole, he doomed that man a body blow. Either way, he dying slow, tell me what he rushing for. Damn, chief, ain't no damn beef. If it was, have him spinning on toes like Zangief. Or in the air like Ryu, beguile you, style smooth. Even the DJ be spinning for kicks. This move through his body by some time. As soon as it hits, paramedics hold him down, he's street fighting to live. I try to let go, but this is where I stand. There's dirt on my heels, blood stains on my hands. I try to let go, but this is where I stand. There's dirt on my heels,